You've already tried AI for your proposals, but you got back something so generic and sterile, nothing how your firm actually sounds. So you closed the tab and just wrote the thing yourself. Now, that's not a you problem, that's a prompt problem, but it's costing your firm hours every single week. Now, I've spent years working with AEC firms on marketing and brand strategy, and I've watched the firms that are pulling ahead right now do it with 5 specific AI applications. Not everything, not 100 new tools, just 5 things used consistently that fit inside the actual job an AEC marketer does every single day. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what those 5 things are and which ones you should start with tomorrow. My name's Josh Miles, and helping AEC firms with marketing and branding is all I do. I'm the founder of Bold Brand, podcast host, TEDx presenter, and I wrote the book on AEC brand strategy. My first AI tip I call the pursuit brief. Here's what usually happens before a BD meeting or pursuit kickoff. Someone pulls up the client's homepage. You skim it for 5 minutes. You walk in knowing exactly as much as every other firm on the shortlist. Now, that's not a competitive advantage. That's just showing up. AI changes this completely. Before any significant pursuit, you can spend under 15 minutes building a full picture of the client, their current priorities, their industry pressures, their language, and what they care about right now. The kind of deep context that used to require a full-time researcher or hours of your own time. Let's look at a sample prompt. I'm an architecture firm preparing for a pursuit meeting with client name. They're this type of organization. Help me understand their current priorities, the challenges they're facing in their industry, and the language they use when evaluating a design partner. What you get back isn't what you'd find on their homepage. It's a briefing, a real one, the kind that makes you walk into a pursuit meeting sounding like you understand the client better than anyone else in the room. In firms that sound like they understand clients better, they're the ones getting shortlisted. But that's where most AEC marketers stop. They use AI for research and think that's it. But the next use case, that's where the real-time savings are. I call this next one the first draft machine. It applies directly to proposals. Now, I know what you're thinking. You tried AI for proposals and it came back sounding like a robot. Generic, cold, nothing like your firm actually talks, and all those M dashes. Well, that's because the prompt was wrong. The mistake most firms make is asking AI to write the proposals from scratch. No context, no voice, no samples. What you get back is kind of what you'd expect. A competent nothing burger that could have come from any firm, anywhere. The way this actually works is you feed it everything first. Your existing project narratives, past proposal language, and descriptions of your firm's approach. You say, write in this voice for this client for this specific project type. And you use that output as a first draft. Something to react to clean up and make actually good. Here's the shift that matters. First drafts are always bad. That's fine. But the first draft used to take you hours, and now it takes 15 minutes? So those extra hours can go towards making it genuinely compelling instead of just getting something on the page. If you're a department of one or a small marketing team supporting hundreds of people, this isn't a productivity tip, this is a survival strategy. That said, proposals are just the obvious application. The next one is the one that almost no AEC firms are doing, and it might be the highest leverage of all. Every AEC firm produces content, project narratives, case studies, technical papers, award submissions, and then those documents often go to a folder on the server that disappears forever. I call the fix for this the content multiplier. You take one piece of finished approved content, say a completed project narrative, and use AI to turn that into 8 or 10 different pieces for 8 or 10 different channels. Here's an example. One project narrative can become a LinkedIn post for the firm page, a shorter post for the project's principal, an updated paragraph for the website, a blurb for the firm newsletter, a pitch angle for a trade publication, foundation for an award submission, or talking points for BD conversations. You already did the hard work of capturing the story. Now use AI to reformat it for every touch point where clients might find you. The firms I've seen do this well are running what looks like a full content operation without a content team. One source of truth, multiple distribution points, and AI makes that so much faster. Now you're probably thinking, okay, but what about the content we haven't written yet? What about all the ideas sitting in the heads of our principals who will never have the time to write anything? Well, that's actually the next idea. This one is my favorite, and it has the longest compounding effect. I call this the 15-minute principle. Every AEC firm has the same problem. The people with the most credibility, the deepest expertise, and the most authority to speak for the firm are the people with the least amount of time to write. This is such an important problem. I nearly wrote a book on this, but I didn't have enough time to write it. Your principals have spent 20 or 30 years seeing things that your clients would pay to hear about. They have opinions, hard-won insights, but getting them to sit down and write a thought leadership piece, it doesn't happen. AI changes the workflow, not by writing it for them, but extracting it from them. Here's the workflow. Interview your principal for 15 minutes or have them send you a voice memo on any topic they care about. Drop the transcript into AI. Say, turn this into a structured LinkedIn article in this person's voice. Clean it up, run it by them, they approve it in 10 minutes. The result? Your principal has a thought leadership presence. The firm looks like it has opinions, not just capabilities, and you have time to grab a cup of coffee. Over 6 months or a year, the compounding effect of that on how clients perceive the firm is significant. And it all starts with a 15-minute voice memo. If you've ever managed award season at an AEC firm, you already feel this. Last week before the deadline, 4 submissions due, you're trying to reconstruct a compelling narrative around a project that shipped 6 months ago from a PM who's already 3 other jobs deep. The blank page is the enemy here, and AI is very good at solving the blank page problem. I call this the awards engine. Here's the approach. Gather everything you have on the project. The program, the original scope, a project description, notes from the team, feed it all in. Then ask AI to draft a submission narrative that emphasizes the specific achievement you're entering for. The design innovation, the technical complexity, the community impact. What comes back, it won't be the final submission, but it's a structure, it's a shape, it's something to react to and make better, which is always faster than starting from nothing. So for a small marketing team or department of 1, running 4 simultaneous submissions, that starting point is the difference between hitting the deadline or missing it. So here's the truth about AI and AEC marketing right now. You don't need to use it for everything. You don't need to become an AI expert. You need 5 applications that actually fit your job. Those 5, the pursuit brief, the first draft machine, the content multiplier, the 15-minute principle, and the awards engine. Pick any one of those, get good at it, and then add the next one. Let me know down below which one you're starting with, because the firms that get this right aren't going to have a slight edge over the ones that don't. They're going to be operating in a completely different league, doing more with the same team, showing up to every pursuit better prepared, and building a content presence their competitors just can't keep up with. The bar is still low, but the opportunity is so real. And now you know exactly where to start. Getting your marketing team started with AI is important, but you also need to understand how clients are using AI to find AEC firms. So watch this video next. And if this video was useful, hit subscribe. This channel is built specifically for AEC marketers and firm leaders who want to grow their firms through better marketing and better brand strategy. We'll have another new video next week. See you next time.